All right, what's going on, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We are going to be going over what studies I use, basically like what indicators I use. All right. Now I do technically trade with multiple screens up or like multiple panels, using a few different indicators. Now this is the one that I like to use at when I'm looking at the futures. Okay, so we have /ES pulled up, and this will work for on the 5 minute chart for any stock in particular or crypto. But me in particular, I just like to have this one up for the futures. So we'll dive right into it. Um, Here's what I got. Okay, we'll look at the studies real quick. So what you want to do is you want to go to edit studies. All right. And first I have the moving average exponential. Okay, so what you would do is just type in exponential right here. Okay, and then click the moving average exponential. It'll move it over here. You're going to need to go to your settings, and it's going to say price and then length. You're going to need to change the length to 15. Okay, so I'm using the 15 EMA. All right, and I like to have that one as a nice bright blue color as well. So I'll go in here and change the color to this nice bright blue. Okay, so that way it stands out for me. Next, what I have is the VWAP. Okay, so you would go to the left and type in VWAP again. And once you pull that up, I keep pretty much everything the same, except I change the upper band to white and the lower band to white. Okay, and I keep the middle band as purple. And then I have the simple moving average. So right here, just go to the left, type in simple. All right, simple moving average, add selected. All right, and then we would go to that, go to settings again, and you would change that to 180 days. And I changed the color to green, just because, I like green on that one. All right, and then I also use the RSI, and these are just the standard settings. So you could just go right here, type in RSI, and use the standard settings. And I also have the MACD on here with the standard settings as well. I don't use these too much, honestly, on this type of chart, but it is, this is the whole full setup, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it and why I like them. All right, so this is the top and the lower bands of the VWAP, all right? And this purple one is the middle line of the VWAP. All right, so the VWAP is key. The blue line is, let me zoom in a little bit more for you guys. The blue line, okay, is the EMA, and the green is the SMA. All right. So the blue line, the EMA, hugs the price much closer, okay, and is much more relative to the price action versus the 180-day simple moving average is kind of just flat. If you notice, it's kind of just up and down. The reason I have it there is I want to see when the VWAP and the EMA cross the SMA. All right. For instance, /ES was up. We hit the top of our VWAP. Okay, so that's what these white lines are. So the white lines are basically going to be your highs and your lows. Okay, now it does expand. So, you can't expect, as you can see here, we hit lows here and then they're expanding and they're just following the price. Okay, but basically, once you see them get near the white lines, that's going to be a sign that, okay, hey, there's most likely going to be a pullback in the opposite direction because we are at the outer bands of the VWAP. Okay, so right here we're at the outer bands of the VWAP. The price crossed the blue EMA, then we crossed the purple VWAP, and then we crossed the green 180-day simple moving average. Okay, so what we have is price action crosses all of those, bearish indicator. Okay, so now I have an idea that, okay, now this is going down, and it also just broke all of these. Okay, it broke the EMA, VWAP, and the SMA. And then later we see here, this is a nice indicator when you have the EMA cross the VWAP. Okay, so that basically means that the VWAP is the volume weighted average price, and the EMA is the exponential moving average. So our exponential moving average is either going above or below the volume weighted average price, then that means that you are, either in a bullish, run or a bearish run. Okay, that's an indicator that, this is going to happen, that a trend can continue. So first we saw the price action cross all these levels. Then we saw the EMA cross the VWAP and the 180-day. And if you notice, now our EMA is acting as a resistance level. So every time we drop down, we hit the white bands, we come up, we hit the EMA, we come back down, hit the bands, come back up, hit the EMA, come back down. And so that's how it's playing out, okay? So that's really why I like to use these. It's very good. It works really well on the 5-minute chart, which is good for day trading or scalping, okay? Because if you can spot the price action crossing in from bullishness into bearishness, and then you have a confirmation that, okay, now the EMA crossed VWAP, now the EMA crossed the SMA, now we have even more of a bearish indicator. So I can hold my short position right here. And when we bounce up, if we face resistance at our EMA, then it's playing out perfectly. We should bounce here and get rejected and come back down. Now, once you start crossing over it and trading above it, then that's when you have to be worried that we could have a pullback, okay? So let's look at it again real quick. All right, so basically, so we came down, we're starting to trade a little bit right along the EMA. If we start to trade above the EMA, the next rejection zone is going to be here on the purple VWAP. So yeah, we may cross the EMA and it may look like, okay, now this thing is going up and reversing, but if it gets hit at the purple VWAP, that's another rejection zone, okay? Because overall, we're looking at the 180-day simple moving average. The trend is much below that. So we're in a bearish trend right now, okay? And to hold the bearish trend, we need to use the EMA as resistance, and we need to use the VWAP as resistance, all right? And if both of those act as resistance, then the bearish trend will continue. If we cross above the VWAP, then our next resistance is going to be the 180 SMA. And if we get rejected at the 180 SMA, we could fall back down lower, okay? And then if we don't get rejected there, then we could be looking at what happened here, where the reversal happens, where, okay, now we're crossing the EMA, we're crossing the VWAP, we're crossing the SMA, and we're starting a new direction change, okay? So it's really good and helpful to find direction and just help you kind of see the direction and give you some nice indicators of, what the direction of the price action is currently, all right? So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like, that strategy. And if you notice these little green demand zones I got here, they also work pretty well in conjunction with my studies. So if you guys want to learn about my supply demand zone strategy, you can go ahead and check out the strategies and tutorials channel or playlist on my channel and watch that video. And basically, you want to get in a position, write it down to a demand zone, possibly enter a bullish position in your demand zone and, ride that up. You could have rode that up here, nice 20-minute trade, got out, came back down. We touched the demand zone, bounced up to the EMA. You could have got out there. You could have bought here. All right, 5, 10, 15-minute trade, sold that, came back down. Now we bounced in the middle of the demand zone, ride that up. So, definitely can use these strategies to trade multiple times a day, or you can make one strong trade, okay? You could have, bought in here and just held through all of this noise all the way down to the lows here and sold. We did really good in the Options Trading Tycoons Discord today. I got 100% on a trade in a few minutes. And our admin member Leon, who's just amazing, he got like 300 or 400 or 500%. On a much longer move, he held it. Okay, so I think I held mine like down to this level, down to this demand zone, and he held his all the way down to here and made even more. Okay, so we're making money all the time in the Options Trading Tycoons Discord. You get access to our entries, you get access to our exits. You'll know when we're in and out of plays, when we're selling, when we're buying. You'll get all of our analysis. So if any of this info seems helpful or you want to join a community with other like-minded traders, let me know down in the comments below. And the link to join will be in the description below as well. You can use code Zackley, like the channel name Zackley Trades, and get yourself a discount on the membership, okay?